All right, Sam is going to be looking for their first win. They're taking on Liberty. The number's pretty big here. The Sam, look, they're better than 0-4. Believe me, Sam is better than their 0-4 record. But they might not be better. They might not still be, able to get this number. Now the number opened when we were on that circus show or the opening lines show on Sunday. It opened 17, was bet to 18, was bet to 19. Now it's all the way up to 21. Like Liberty's a runaway uh, flame, if you will. So all of a sudden, this one keeps going higher. Now Sam's had, big time issues, of course, so far in their transition here, but they're still. They're a really strong program, you guys. Maybe you guys know this already. Um, maybe it's going to be tough for them to ever get going, at least early on here. And what are you trying to be in Division One, right? I mean, you want to be the next San Antonio? Well, now look where they are. Anyways, look, Coach Keeler's been here forever. This is his baby, and this is great, for Sam to be here. They've played, interesting games so far because of this. It's almost like a record-setting defense to a certain extent until last week, but um, they're just doing what they can. So they lost their first four games combined, 100-38 so far, and they've been outscored on the road 65-10. So, but they are 2-1 against the spread on the road. And we know they were just done. They were pretty much having their way at 1AA. They had won 26 of their last 31 games before moving, into Division 1A. Now Liberty, they've been, a gambler's darling over the last several seasons. I mean, they're 33-21 against the spread in their last 4 years. They're, been good to gamblers, no doubt about it. They've covered all 4 games this season too. They're averaging 37.5 points per game. Now they are just 10-8 as a home favorite over the last 3 or 4 years. That's not great necessarily, especially now that you got to lay this big, at least 4-point tax on Liberty. And that's probably what I'm going to just, probably feels like what I'm going to end up doing on the show. I want to respect Sam here, and I think that here's a problem. I think that it's problem. If it was 17, I know it's easy to say now. I never liked when the handicappers say that. Oh, I liked it at 17, but now at 21. Well, it's 21. Still leaning Liberty here at this point. Well, I want to try to find a way to Sam. Believe me, it's a free play, so I can talk like this on the show about it. Let's get some of your plays. I see you guys commenting on it already. Here's Solo's going to lay the 3 touchdowns. Nathan says go under in this one. Right, it could be, doesn't it feel like a 28-7 game, or I don't know, 31-10, 31-10, something right in there maybe. Oh, there it is. Nathan said right there. Look at that. 31-13. Winning wager says go over in this one. Thomas is on Sam here. Ray says he'll take the Flames. And Goodnight Munchie says go over. Anyone going over, they're getting the best price here. There's no doubt that this one had opened higher. I see it opening when we were on that opening line show on Sunday. It opened 49.5, and we're all the way down to 46 here. And the way the line is going, it just indicates more and more that Liberty is supposed to come in here and, basically like Nathan said, basically, score 4-1 in touchdowns, something around there, a couple of field goals here, stuff like that. Darren likes Sam as well here. So I don't know. I might need another field goal at this point. I think Sam has been very, very interesting. Even with this 0-4 record not looking good, right? I mean, look at the first game, the defensive tone of the games. They obviously have. Look, if they were in Division One AA, I'm sure they'd be smashing right now. I'm sure the team is good enough. They'd be just fine playing their old schedule. I'm not saying that's how big the difference is, but JPZ talking hoops. Hey, I'm going to preview that game. PZ, so stick around. I'm going to do it in just a couple minutes here if you want. Or you can preview it for me and I'll just agree or disagree. You guys are my co-host now, apparently here. Mike's got it 41-21. Woo! Yeah. Thomas, I should look at all the games last night. I whiffed last night on our football menu. Boy. How, and Nathan's got our graphic. He might be the new graphics man. Although I prefer to look. I mean, look at your graphic. No disrespect, and you do have the records in there, but I've got the all caps, the full Sam Houston State. Yet I just call him Sam, and you should too. To Westbrook, we're getting desperate here. Liberty. It sounds like the way I talk on some of these shows a little bit. Thanks, Terrell. Good to see you. All right. So I think we're ready to go here in this one with I'm going to lay it with Liberty. I can't give it out as a premium now at 4 points over that. I still feel like there's room here for Liberty to get this money against Sam. And I'm the one that keeps saying the recency bias drug is what I need, but kind of look at it the way I struck out last night a little bit. I mean, I've kind of been a supporter of Sam, but hello to Solo says, how about Eovaldi? Not only Solo said, what does it say? Hope everyone played Eovaldi over 14 and a half outs. I was talking about also his Kate, he was 20-1 to have the most strikeouts of any of the pitchers last night, of any of the starting pitchers, and he got that home too. Thomas going to come in on Sam here on this one. I'm sticking with Liberty. Got Liberty to win. I'm trying to thread the needle here, guys, on this one for sure. I'm talking right in that range that Nathan was talking about. I'm aiming right there, and a lot of my bets are going to be zeroed in on something right around a 24 to 28 point victory with Sam scoring just one touchdown and trying to pinpoint that final score and go for the big score a little bit here tonight. Maybe even put some of those bets in. I like to bet those windows when they give out. That would be me, Nathan. The baseball. I could only come up with one premium winner last night. I went with Zach Gallen. All right, Liberty for me. Give me Liberty, as someone once said, including one of the most famous, and that would be Ray Otachi. Yeah, I think wasn't it Ray Otachi who once said, "Give me Liberty." All right, I'm on Liberty here. I expect it to be a low-scoring game, if you know what I mean. Liberty likes to, think of Liberty, you see these scores, but they run the ball. They run it. And that's going to be the interesting point about this game when you're going up against Sam. So I know I'm done with the game, but Liberty averages 270 yards per game or so on the ground. And they also +7 already in turnovers. So that's the type that you see, I think, the way Liberty's going to be controlling this here tonight. So. I just don't want to be, because the last game with Jacksonville last night, Jacksonville State. I got beat on the back end there, that total as well. I tried to go under, and we know Jacksonville State has been involved in that. Remember, they played Sand. They've been involved in some games. Some of these lower Division I teams have been playing each other already. Thanks. Oh, look at Terrell. Oh man, that sounds. I could go for that. 28-27. That would be an over though, unless we're already on the next game. Let's go to the next game, you guys. Take liberty there. Western Kentucky, Louisiana Tech. This is look, with all due respect to the Bears and the Commanders, and we're all going to be. This is the game of the night. This is the game of the night. I think. The spread's the same as the Bears game, but it just feels like this will be a little bit more entertaining when you got Western Kentucky involved. They're favored here by 6, and the total is 60 in this one. When we were on the opening lines show, Western Kentucky was opening around 9 or so, and they've just pretty much been bet down all the way. Down to 8, down to 7, down to 6. It actually touched 5.5 and back up here to 6. It is juiced to Western Kentucky. So could it even go a little bit higher here for the Hilltoppers? Western Kentucky gave up 500 yards a game in their first 4 games against Division I competition. They also have a game against a Division I AA opponent so far. One thing about Western Kentucky, they always do pretty well in the takeaway department. So far, they've +8 in turnover margin in their 3 victories, and they've averaged 41 points per game in those wins. But when they lose, so far they're getting outscored by 14 points. Now I know that that's obvious, but again, here they are favored against the Louisiana Tech team that so far, look, this is a pretty good situation, 3-3. The Louisiana Tech's only won 3 games in each of their last 2 seasons, so they've already, now the games will be a little bit tougher here, but I would expect this team probably improved right now. I think it's pretty obvious. I mean, they got the former Boise State quarterback in there, so they're doing a pretty good job so far, Louisiana Tech, and shouldn't be overlooked, I don't think, in this game. See what you guys want to say here before we get into a few stats and make a pick, but solo on Louisiana Tech. And Terrell, makes me want to maybe have IHOP right after this. I just order it on the app and I go down and pick it up. I mean, I might do it. And Nathan, talking about some of maybe can increase my social life here in Vegas. I mean, sports books and card rooms and Terrible's convenience store is about my whole life, it feels like. Louisiana Tech and under for Terrell. If you don't know what Terribles is, I didn't either. But that's like going to Arco. Terribles is like the convenience stores. They're called Terribles. And, as you guys know, I mean, many of you know if you've been to Vegas, not only, supermarkets have slot machines, gas stations have slot machines. You can go and sit there all day, kind of like we used to do with the video games back in the day at the liquor stores. Darren's on WKU, and I'm on Louisiana Tech. Sorry, Darren. I'm going to take these points here in this one for sure. Here, I think this one has a pretty good shot and upset. I think a little bit of a money line sprinkle here in this one. I'm saying the total is a premium for me. So feel pretty confident, though, about Louisiana Tech as well. Good night, Munchie is going to go under in this one. And Louisiana Tech already with 6 games under its belt, 5 of them against Division 1A competition, going 1-4 to the under so far. So that kind of solidifies Munchie's position a little bit, I would say. Louisiana Tech is 6-2 against the spread. Their last 8 games as a home underdog. That's something I like, and I'll be on them here in this one. Western Kentucky with Helton, 6-3-1 against the spread as a road favorite. But this one's a little bit different. We're still Western Kentucky. You're going to always respect the passing game. Look, this quarterback threw 40 touchdowns last season, so you're not going to put that by him. And Western Kentucky in this conference, they've been dominating. It's hard I can't make a case for them not covering because they've covered 13 of their last 18 conference games. So they've gone under in 3 of their 4 games against Division I competition. So if you put that together, they both had 1 game so far against a 1AA opponent. But if you put their games together against 1A competition, that's 2-7 to the under. So far. So Nathan says, how about 33-23? Now I hope it's an upset then, because I'm taking Louisiana Tech in this one, plus the points against Western Kentucky. And this should be a good one. I think this is the game of the night. I'm on the dog here. I think it is going to be a 1-score game, come down to the wire. There'll be some volatility in there. Louisiana Tech feels definitely live to me against Western Kentucky. Look, Western Kentucky, always fun, still strong, no doubt about it. Fun to watch, but they're giving up some numbers too, no doubt. All right, that's a look at the card today, the big card. So if you want to hang out and listen to a few me talk about a few NFL games, stick around. I'm going to run some, good point, Mike. Have some fun tonight, maybe.